Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Munawara Yamin from class C. So in this session, we are going to discuss two important concepts in pragmatic: presupposition and entailment. These two concepts are essential for understanding how sentences often carry meanings that are not always visible on the surface. Very often, when we hear a sentence, there is information that we automatically assume to be true, even though it is not stated explicitly. There are also meanings that arise as logical consequence of what we say. So today we will explore how these concepts work, what makes them different, and how we can identify them accurately. Okay, the first is introduction. Uh, in pragmatics, meaning does not only emerge from the words arranged in a sentence, but also from shared knowledge, underlying assumptions, and the logical consequence carried by the sentence. Presupposition is information assumed to be true before a sentence is spoken. It serves as an invisible foundation that supports that meaning. If this foundation is incorrect, the entire sentence sounds strange or inappropriate. Meanwhile, entailment refers to a meaning that must be true if the main sentence is true. Unlike presupposition, entailment does not rely on background knowledge. Instead, it is based on logical relation between propositions. So the next is definition of presupposition. Presupposition is background information the speaker assumes the listener already knows or accepts as true. It is not stated directly but implied within the sentence. For example, her brother has stopped smoking. So the preposition is he used to smoke. The sentence never explicitly states that he smoked before, but the listener naturally assumes it. Okay, next we move to types of presupposition. Let us go track each type in more detail. The first is existential presupposition. This presupposition assumes the existence of an entity. For example, Mr. Rafi's cat is adorable. So the presupposition is Mr. Rafi has a cat. If he does not actually have a cat, the sentence feels odd. Next, the second is factive presuppositions. This type is triggered by verbs that imply factual truth. These verbs assume the clause following them is true. Common triggers: now, realize, regret, understand, be aware. For example, she regrets coming late. So the presupposition is she come late. Uh, Even if the sentence is negative, the presupposition remains. Next, the third is lexical presuppositions. Uh, Triggered by specific verbs that inherently carry extra meaning. Common triggers like stop, start, continue, return, try, and fail. So, for example, he stopped playing games. So, the presupposition is he used to play games. If he never played games before, the sentence will be incoherent. Four is structural presuppositions. Certain syntactic structures imply assumptions. WH questions are the most common triggers. For example, when did you move to Bandung? So the presupposition is you moved to Bandung. Uh, we may not know when, but we know the action occurred. Next, the 5 is non-factive presupposition. This presupposition refers to information that does not have to be true in real life. For example, I dream that I became a pilot. So the presupposition is I am not a pilot. The event happiness only in the dream. Next, the last is counterfactual presupposition. Assume something contrary to reality usually appears in conditional clauses using if plus past. For example, if I were taller, so the presupposition is I am not tall. This type is based on hypothetical unreal situations. Next is properties of presuppositions. There are two important properties. The first is projection. Presupposition survives negation. Projections remain even when the sentence is negative. For example, my brother has not stopped smoking. So the presupposition is he smokes. Okay, and the second, cancelable. Presupposition can be cancelled if the speaker adds additional context. For example, he stopped smoking if he ever smoked at all. The added phrase cancels the original presuppositions. Okay, next is entailment. Definition of entailment. Entailment is a semantic relationship where the truth of the one sentence guarantees the truth of another sentence. If sentence A is true, sentence B must be true. And if sentence A is false, sentence B may or may not be true. Entailment is purely logical and does not depend on certain assumptions. Next example of entailment. The first example, sentence A. Nina bought 3 books. So the entailment is Nina bought books. Nina exists. She bought more than 1 book. If sentence A is true, all this must also be true. Nah, the second example is sentence A. For example, Mr. Dimas lives in Surabaya. And sentence B, Mr. Dimas lives in East Java. If sentence A is true, sentence B must be true. And if sentence A is false, sentence B could still be true, because East Java includes multiple cities. Okay, next is characteristic entailment. The first is not cancelable. If sentence A is true, the entailment cannot be undone. And the second depends on logical truth. Entailment is based on logical relationships, not background context. Okay, next is difference between presupposition and entailment. Okay, let us summarize the difference. Presuppositions appears before a sentence is accepted as true, while entailment appears after the sentence is accepted as true. Presupposition survives negation, while entailment disappears when the main sentence is false. Presupposition may be cancelled, while entailment cannot be cancelled. For example, example of presupposition: he stopped smoking. So the presupposition is he used to smoke. For example of entailment, he bought 5 apples. The entailment is he bought apples. Understanding this difference is essential for clear linguistic analysis. Okay, next is how to distinguish them. Negation test. To distinguish presupposition from entailment, use the negation test. If the meaning survives negation, it is presupposition. For example, he stopped pressing and he didn't stop pressing. Both sentence assume he used to rest. And if the meaning disappears under negation, it is entailment. For example, he bought a bicycle. He didn't buy a bicycle. No implied meaning remains. Well, we move to practice questions and explanation. The first sentence is the teacher regretted scolding the students. So the preposition is the teacher scolded the student, and the type factive presupposition. And the second sentence is Sinta started reading a new novel. So the presupposition is she had not read the novel before. And the trigger is started. And the third sentence is Budi bought 2 concert ticket. This sentence have two entailment. And the first entailment is Budi bought ticket, and the second there is a concert. Okay, the next is conclusion. So the conclusion is presupposition refers to background information that a speaker assumes to be true prior to the utterance of a sentence, while entailment denotes a meaning that must be true if the prepositions expressed by the sentence is true. Presupposition persists under negation, while entailments do not survive when the main proposition is false. The negation test is therefore a reliable diagnostic tool. If the implied meaning remains under negation, it constitutes presupposition. If it disappears, it is an entailment. A clear understanding of this distinction enables more precise analysis of linguistic meaning, particularly in identifying implicit information encoded within sentence structure.